You know, guys, I just think this tournament 2, game 2, on my road to 1500, I just think this tournament was not my day. If you guys already watched round 1, if you haven't already, check it out. It's right here. If you watched round 1 already, you see how I blundered away a completely winning position. And then in this game, you're going to see something very, very similar. But at least I didn't blunder a queen, but I did blunder a pawn in this game, which was very, very frustrating. I blundered a pawn. And but I still had such a strong attack that I could have played on. But then when a pawn of his became available, I went ahead and took the pawn. Then we had to trade the queens off the board, and it got into a completely even endgame when I was winning pretty much the whole entire game. So I'm just thinking this is not my tournament. But I'm going to sit here and show you guys round 2, and then I'm going to show you round 3, where it was even worse in the next video. But I say that this tournament was just not my. It must have just been. This tournament was against me. I don't know, because like every single game was winning against higher rated players, and I did something dubious to blunder the game away. Round 1, I blundered my queen. Let's take a look at round 2 to see what I did wrong. I start out with the move d4. My opponent plays the move e6. I bring my bishop out. My opponent plays the move d6. I bring my pawn to e3. My opponent plays the move knight to e7. I bring my bishop out. My opponent is developing his pieces. I play the move knight to f3. My opponent plays the move h6. I get castle. My opponent develops his bishop. I play the move c3. My opponent plays the move a6. I put my knight at b to d2. He brings his knight over. I play the move queen to c2 there. And then my opponent plays the move knight to f6. I bring my rook over. My opponent attacks my bishop. I develop my other rook. My opponent get castle. And then I play the move queen b3. Decent move, probably not the best move, but good move. And then my opponent brings his knight to d5. As you guys can see, we are in a completely even position, completely even, nothing crazy going on here. I drop my bishop back to g3. He takes, I take back, okay? Completely even position here. My opponent knight backs his knight up. I play the move bishop to b1, protecting my only unprotected piece. My opponent pushes his pawn to b6. I break in the center immediately with e4. My opponent plays bishop to b7. I push my pawn to e5. Then my opponent pushes his pawn to d5, a move that I was very happy with. Okay, you want to push your pawn to d5? That's totally fine. Now I'm going to make you play this whole entire game with this bad piece. He's got this bad bishop here. All these pawns blocking him in. That's great. I am going to make you play this whole game with that piece, and I'm going to gain a brutal attack. Then I play the move g4. My opponent brings his rook over. I bring my queen into c2. Now, if you guys take a look at this position, white is clearly better. I'm clearly better, just as I was in game 1. Clearly better against these higher rated opponents. If we look at this game here, I got this a beautiful attack brewing. I got all these pieces pointing at the king's side. My knights are active. My knights are ready to go, jump in there, do whatever they want. I have possibilities of a rook lift. I am about to checkmate you. Like, if I play this correctly, white is just one here. There's no better way for me to put it. I'm one. I'm winning the game if I play this correctly, right? So it is black to move. Black plays the move c5, breaking in the center. You got to respect that. At least he's trying to fight back. He plays the move c5 there. I just ignore him. I play the move g5. Probably not the best way to go forward with his attack, but you know, it's not blundering or hanging anything. I play the move g5. He pushes forward, and then I play the move queen to d3. My opponent brings his knight in there, and you know, I'm just slowly but surely strengthening my position. White is still better. Check the eval bar all game. Then I play the move knight to h2, and this is where I blunder. It's like, what is this blundering situation about? Just like in game 1, guys. Check out game 1 if you have not already, because I was clearly won. In this game, I'm clearly better, winning by almost 2 full points, and that in chess is a big deal. That means that you're won. So he plays the move knight to f5, and then I totally forget that my pawn is being protected by this knight. So I put my knight onto h2, blunder my pawn. Terrible, terrible, terrible thing. His queen comes in and captures my pawn. I'm at the board just stunned, like, what am I doing? How do I just blunder my pawn like that? But as you guys can see, I'm not losing, but I did just lose. I did just lose a pawn there, but the game is still completely even. And then I play the move knight at d to f3. He puts his queen back. Now I play the move g4, just going with my attack. I got all these pieces over here. I'm going to go for the attack. And then my opponent takes, knight takes, his knight backs up there. Now, for a second, I was considering, do I take this knight? Do I not take this knight? Just trying to figure out the best thing to do. I didn't think that taking the knight was the best thing to do. So I put my knight on e3. Computer suggests knight at f to h2. Yeah, I should have, but the computer is suggesting that at this moment, no, it doesn't suggest that I take, but my knight here should have gone here, protecting this knight, and that would have been a better way to attack. Okay, so then I put my knight onto e3. My opponent plays the move f5. And then I bring my queen up to g2. My opponent brings his bishop there. Like I told you guys, you're going to play this whole game with this bad piece. And at this moment, I'm like, I'm down a pawn. And that's serious. If you go to an endgame down a pawn, if you're either going to draw it or you're going to lose. So I'm like, man, my attack is strong. I thought that I could take this pawn and then get my queen back into the attack. But apparently, chess just doesn't work that way. You can't have your cake and eat it too in chess. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to choose. Do you want the material or do you want the attack? Right? So I decided to go for the material. Queen takes a6. Not the best move. The computer is suggesting go for the attack, which is rook to h1. And that's probably what I should have done, right? I was definitely considering that. I'm trying to figure out why didn't I go for the attack. Yeah, I should have definitely continued my attack, and I believe that this game probably would have been won by me with this vicious queenside attack. His pieces cannot get in here. I got all, they can't. Where is this queen going to go? It can't go to this square. This square is guarded by the knight. This square is guarded by the knight. So, yes, the correct move is rook to h1. However, I was a bit uncomfortable because I lost a pawn for free. So I went and I got my material back. Not the best move. And then my opponent plays the move c4, trapping my queen here, basically saying, you're going to trade that queen off. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I am not trading my queen. I'm going to get my queen back to the side of the board. I'm going to continue my attack. I thought I was going to pick up my pawn and get my queen back over here and continue my attack, but it just did not work out that way. Anyway, I played the move rook to h1. Now it says black is better here. My opponent plays queen there. He's offering a queen trade. But again, I got this vicious attack. My goal is to get this queen back on this side of the board. Like, I'm going to try. I'm going to try my hardest, right? And then I played a move queen to a3. I'm just trying to get back on this side of the board. But apparently that's a miss. I should have taken the queen. He plays his rook there. And I'm still just not trying to trade off my queen. I played my queen to d6. And he plays his queen there, and I'm just still not trying to trade off my queen. I played a move queen to b4. He's offering a queen trade. I'm just not trying to do it. And then he plays this move, rook to b8. Now, at this point, I have to trade off my queen because if this bishop get here, then my queen will have no squares to go to. So ultimately, I had to trade off my queen. So I played a move queen to d6. I have to. I absolutely, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Queen to d6. He puts his bishop there. Bad move. He should have taken and kept me with a lonely pawn, but he didn't. So I take his queen. He takes my queen back. Now, again, in this situation, it's not the attack that I was looking for. It's not everything that I wanted and more. But I'm still very, very confident about this position, right? So the game must go on. I played a move rook to g1, rook at d to g1. My opponent moves his king. My knight get in there, check. Then my opponent moves his king over there. And then, as you can see, black's king is just on a run. And I'm like, oh, yeah, in this position, like, I'm better. But I apparently did not play the correct moves to close this thing out. So, yeah, he plays the move king to e7. I back my king up to f1, getting my rook this, half open file. And then my opponent puts his bishop there. I put my knight there. What was the better move? Knight. The better move was where? Knight to g2. The better move was to put this knight to g2. Interesting. The better move was to go knight to g2, but I played my knight to h2, just trying to get in there, right? I don't, like, computer suggested knight to g2. I didn't even consider knight to g2. He brings his rook over. Then I put my knight right here onto f6. And what you guys are going to see is we're going to get to a dead even position, right? He takes my knight. I take his pawn because what the idea is, what I saw was me winning a pawn. Like, I'm like, okay, we're going into an endgame here. Whether I like it or not, we're going into an endgame. I gave up my attack for that stupid pawn when I should have just continued my attack with my queen on the board, okay? It was like given to me. I had the attack. And, now it's like we're going into an end game. Let me try to get an advantage here. So I played this move, knight to f6, with the idea that bishop takes. No, I'm not going to take the bishop back and let the king take my pawn, because then I would just be losing. But I'm going to let the bishop take, and then my rook is going to take, and then my rook will be looking at both a free bishop or a free knight, whichever one I want, I am going to get. And if the bishop comes here to protect this free knight, I get the bishop, right? So that's what I played. Knight to f6. My opponent takes, and then I continue my plan. Rook captures g6. My opponent pushes forward. Now, this was a move that I did not consider, because not that it's the greatest move in the world, but it was just a move that did not allow me to gain a pawn. I thought I was winning a pawn with rook captures g6. But when he found this move, knight here, yeah, I didn't consider that. Looking at it now, should I have played knight captures? I played the check. Oh yeah, that was the best move. So I played the correct move. I didn't get a chance to win a pawn, but I played the correct move. E-pawn captures with check, and then the knight took the pawn. So I got the pawn on g6. He got his pawn back with knight captures f6. So, you know, we get into a dead even position. All that hard work. He's playing without a piece, and we get into this dead even position. So I was pretty upset about this. I'm ending the video here, because what happens is we get into this dead and even position. As you guys could see, neither one of us was able to gain a clear advantage, and ended in a draw. So yeah, guys, this tournament was just a rough one, right? I already showed you round one where I blundered my queen. Then this round, I blundered that pawn in the beginning of the game. Then I had to trade my queen off the board, giving up my attack. And then this was like the dead even position. Very, very difficult to gain a winning advantage. I think we ended up trading off these rooks here. But it just was a very, very even endgame that ended in a draw. And OMG, I cannot wait to show you round 3. Just to confirm, this tournament was just not my tournament. Round 1, I blundered my queen in a completely winning position. This game, I blundered a free pawn for no reason whatsoever. Then I had to trade my queen off for no reason. I had to trade my queen off when I had a beautiful attack. Round 3 is worse. You guys are like, how could it get any worse than a queen blunder? How does that happen? How does it get any worse than a queen blunder? And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what's worse than a queen blunder. You know what's worse than a queen blunder? Not being able to count. If you can't count in the end game, then sucks to suck, you know? So round 3, I'm going to show you guys something even worse. And I did lose round 3, but like, guys, just keep sending me all the love as I keep growing and improving in the game of chess, because I need it, and all I could do is learn from every game and just try to keep getting better. But I cannot wait to show you round 3, where you're going to see this isn't even the worst of it. You know, round 1, I blundered a queen in a completely winning position. Dagger to the heart. But I took my L, and I played round 2. This was round 2, right? This was round 2. Blundered a pawn. Didn't have to. But my attack was so strong, I shouldn't have traded the queens off the board. Now, round 3, it's even worse than the queen blunder. And, of course, it's worse than this draw, because at least it's a draw. Round 3 was a loss. So I can't wait to show you guys that game. I cannot make this up. Maybe I can't count, you know. I don't know. Just a weird tournament. And it's just one of those things. I talk about it in this video here, like, where you could be completely winning in chess, and then, like, after the game, everybody's, like, you know, talking and stuff, and you're like, hey, I was completely won. And it's just, it goes in one ear and out the other in chess, because it's like, they weren't watching your game, so they can't prove or disprove that you were completely winning. Like in chess, it don't matter. Did you win, lose, or draw? Only thing that matters is the outcome. And it's like, I cannot make this up. I was completely won in round 1, and I was completely won in round 3. This game, I was winning, but round 1 and round 3, I was won, and I lost the game. So without further ado, guys, the next video that drops, you guys will see round 3, and it is just a heartbreaker. A real heartbreaker. You know, you work so hard, and it's just a heartbreaker. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.